please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdates 230310.3. As we drag our cargo closer and closer to the Arcadia, the Forks have gotten a bit more desperate. This time, they've strapped C4 to themselves and launched themselves at us. How incredibly original. Hello everyone, welcome to the exhibition of stupid people. Today we're going to start with the Quran. I can sense some anger brewing already, because apparently there's only one faith on this planet I'm not allowed to criticise. Thankfully, that's not quite what's going to happen here. At a school in Wakefield, West Yorkshire police had to speak to a child that was alleged to have made threats, and in turn they were given words of advice. What had happened was the cover of the Islamic text was torn. Some pages were marked when it was brought into Kettlethorpe High School last month. As a result of the incident, 4 students were suspended. A Year 10 student, aged 14 to 15 for those who don't know, brought the book into school as part of a dare. The boy's mother says he has high-functioning autism, and over the incident received a number of unalive threats. Under the malicious communications offence, the police investigated. A suspect was then identified, obviously a child. If a parent did this, you have no doubt it would have been hundreds of parents. This in turn has led to police then conducting additional reassurance patrols in the area of the school. Why? Eye roll time because of a poxy book. I get it, it means a lot to some of you. Calm your tits, have a biscuit. It's just some words. Clearly somebody was a bit easy to manipulate. And I get how we want to put things that we covet or we worship onto such a podium, but the learnings of that would surely be imprinted upon your brain. Don't take offense over something that doesn't even belong to you in the first place. If someone owns a Quran, it's their Quran, not your Quran. I feel exactly the same way, I promise, when someone touches my Last Chancer novels. There's like 3 originally, and I really like them. However, I'm not going to threaten to unalive someone over what is written within it. I know false equivalence. How dare you blasphemy? Shut up. It's just a book. You don't need to threaten to end someone over it. The fact you do tells me volumes about how you've interpreted your own religious texts and your faith, that you would have to resort to something as barbaric as violence to solve your problem. Only a bitch does that. So next we need to talk about Stuart Gosling, a 43-year-old roofer, a white van man as it were, who was recently punished with an on-the-spot penalty. Now we in the United Kingdom take littering very seriously. It's why our beaches are loaded with it. As I live in a coastal town, I speak for everyone when I say, please Londoners, stay the feck away. You're doing our heads in. Our area is neither quaint nor is it tidy, because you pricks dump all your crap on our doorsteps and then sod off. In the case of Stuart Gosling, he was hit with a £300 fine because without permission, he was breaking the law for carrying rubbish without permission in a spot check in East London. Now London gets a lot of crap. Why? Because it is crap. Doesn't mean you give your shit to us. In this instance, Stuart Gosling has actually tried to appeal the fine, but he has been told he will end up in court if he doesn't pay the penalty issued at the roadside. Question though, you will all undoubtedly have. What was he doing? Was he carrying a carry bag of rubbish? No, actually, there was a bag of rubbish in his van. Here's a picture of it. It's literally inside his vehicle. He is not littering. It is somewhere where he can then, when he goes home or goes somewhere else, dispose of it properly. He has said, it's so infuriating. The working class man gets penalised for going to work basically. I've not fly tipped. I've not left it in someone's garden. It has frustrated the hell out of me. There was just a bag of rubbish, bottles, crisp packets, newspapers and sandwich wrappers. What gets me is the lack of common sense. It's a lot of money for one bag of rubbish. One bag of rubbish inside his own vehicle. He has been punished for not littering essentially, or not attempting to dispose of his rubbish within a bin at various locations around the London, or the shithole. Now the argument from the council is that it's not the rubbish that's the problem. No. It's the fact that he used a commercial waste bag in the trader's vehicle without a license. He needs a valid waste carrier's license. Yes, people, in the United Kingdom, we need a license for everything. I am so desperately trying not to roll my eyes while I speak. This is a level of general jackassery that I have come to expect of London. London features a lot in the news because they're essentially trying to make it so that if you are working class, you can get the feck out, while championing at the same time, oh, we love the working class. They really don't. London's a shithole. It always has been, and it always will be. And this is actually pathetic. £300 over a bag of rubbish where you can guarantee the contents of it wrapper-wise, if you worked out what it cost to buy all the foods that he's put in there, the empty packets that is, would have cost a fraction, maybe a tenth of it. Meal deals are a blessing, you know. So in a complete swerve, we're going to talk about something I really love in the form of music. If I have a list of, let's say, my 5 favourite guitar players, the person we're now going to speak about is right at the top. He has to be. He is one of the greatest. And that would be Steve Vai. I saw a news article pop up on my phone. As you can see here, I've got great taste in music, listening to 100 Reasons at the same time. And I thought, now this is fascinating, because you know something's off when Steve Vai enters a studio and he gets criticism. So Steve Vai was speaking to Music Radar about the writing and recording of a new album called Vai Gash, the straight-ahead hard rock album he made with his best friend on vocals, which would be the late Johnny Gash Sombretto. During that interview, he spoke about working with a big band. Recently, it came to light he'd actually recorded essentially an entire album with Ozzy Osbourne. The album never saw the light of day, which is a shame really. He didn't name any names though about this big band. And an A&R man took a particular exception to a particular technique that Steve Vai uses quite a bit. He's known for a few things. He innovated the double bend, his vibrato circular motion, beautiful. Lightly scalped fretboard, not surprising he would do that. But also pinch harmonics. A&R essentially means artist and repertoire representative. They're responsible for finding new artists for a record label or music publisher to sign. Okay, well, while working with this band and having done an entire record, not even a joke, the A&R guy took great exception to the pinch harmonics. Steve Vai said, I had an A&R guy come into the studio of a big band I was recording with and I was playing harmonics. Now you know what a harmonic is. It's a squeal. It's part of my style. Rob Flynn is renowned for using pinch harmonics. It's part of most guitar players' styles. And he goes, what's that? You can tell this guy works in music. And I go, oh, it's a harmonic. You pinch it with your finger and well, what's wrong there, right? But whatever frequencies Vai was jamming, the A&R guy did not like it. He says, no, don't do that. It sounds like a dying whale. He demands, in fact, that Steve Vai take it out, with Vai pointing out it's in the entire record, and the A&R guy saying, take it all out. Remove all of it. Steve Vai's response, slightly longer format, was a big, fuck you. I promise you this, if Steve Vai lays down some music, you don't tear it up. You probably don't want to also edit it. There was some criticisms concerning Polyphia, an instrumental prog rock band, where they had him feature in a song, but they kind of did it in bits. But the song still absolutely bangs, and Steve Vai, as always, showcases even now how much better he is because he's just a natural composer to even younger players. I have a Gem Jr. in my collection, and it is arguably my most used guitar. It is the most versatile guitar Ibanez have ever created, and Steve Vai to this day, even with the Pia, but I can't get one of those, they don't do left-handed yet, it's still top-notch. Absolutely is. If you're an A&R guy and you clearly don't know what music is, by all means raise your hand. You shouldn't be working in music. Next, we need to talk about Kat Von D. If anyone remembers her, congratulations. I vaguely remember hearing her name feature on some tattoo show, and that's about it. Recently, she's gotten herself into a bit of trouble. The claim is that the image she has breaches or violates the intellectual property rights of a photographer who took the image that Kat Von D's tattoo design is based on. The artwork, which isn't inked on the artist herself, shows American jazz legend Miles Davis with his fingers on his lips, an image that was in turn captured, originally, by Jeffrey Sedlick. Kat drew and tattooed the ink is undergoing a legal battle for using the image as inspiration for her design. However, as the case goes to court and becomes a first of its kind to do so, Kat Von T has not stopped doing what she loves, and this includes covering the majority of her back with black ink. Now, I don't quite understand this imagery. She's blacked out her entire left leg. She's pretty much hidden most of the tattoos she had already on her body with this completely blacked out thing. I don't really get it, personally. To me, it comes across as somebody trying to mimic someone else with vitiligo. But that's not the thing I want to talk about. It's the idea of you making a piece of art based or derived from something else and applying it to someone's body. There is an argument of intellectual property. There really is. But then the onus is surely on the person who took the original image to prove that that was used to make money off of your own work. And I'm not as convinced of this. I think when it comes to being a tattoo artist, you do draw inspiration from things. But I could be wrong. And it intrigues me. It really does. It's why I don't have too much of a concrete opinion. But the very idea of suing someone for tattooing an image derived or similar in image style to that of something you've taken a photo of fascinates me. So now let's move on to EDP445. EDP is trying very hard to maintain a steady income. To do so, according to his website, you can get an EDP445 plunger for $20, a custom video shoutout for $20, which is actually reduced. You can even book a 1-hour slot interview, down from $150 to $100. But the thing that caught my attention, the thing that makes me chuckle, is that he's also selling, or has sold, one of his YouTube plaques, the 100K plaque, for $225. It's not worth that, especially with your name on it. For those who don't know who EDP is, I'm going to link some videos down below. The short word is 13-year-old cupcake-loving nonce, desperately clinging to relevance by using TikTok as an outlet to talk about what he loves more than anything in the world, an American football team. I just can't remember which, so let's assume it's the Seattle Seahawks, which is totally who he loves. Is it a football team though? Is it? I can't remember. You know what, screw it, he's a Cincinnati Bengals guy. Alright, it's an easy name to remember. I like the name Cincinnati and Bengals, who doesn't like that name? Anyway, he sold his plaque. But, as it turns out, while he may have sold this plaque for $225, courtesy of Drama Alert, EDP has also sold another plaque. Now, this might actually be the original one, but I don't believe it is. You see, the $225 one is EDP445 2.0. The original one, based on the old design, is Eat Dat Pussy 445, and it's the old play button. The video on the screen confirms it. How hard are times right now that you can't get a job for your lard ass? How hard are things right now that you can't take your fat ass down to some kind of job center, get a steady income, I don't know, maybe go to prison for a bit, get treatment for your younger blood interests, fam? Since he's essentially excommunicated from YouTube, these relics are all he has as proof of his time online. And he is essentially in his own life going scorched earth because he doesn't need those anymore, does he? He doesn't need those mementos of his time. I can promise you this, I will never sell my play button. I'd like to at least earn a second in my lifetime. Go subscribe to Omegon 2 Electric Boogaloo, please. Thank you. Yes. Let's now move on, because I can go on all day about EDP being a feckless clown, and instead talk about Hershey, the chocolate bar company. Jeremy Boring, fine, I'll do it. Introducing Jeremy's chocolate. Yes, it's real. We have two kinds, he, him, and she, her. One of them has nuts. If you need me to tell you which one, keep buying Hershey's. But if you know what a woman is and love chocolate, go to IHateHershey's.com. Included a retweet of Faye Johnson, the Chocolates Out the Rapper, honoured to be featured in this campaign, alongside 4 brilliant sisters and change makers. Cringy 15-second video, her for she. How clever. I'm so proud of you. You're so brave and strong. Hershey's chocolate is shit. I have never encountered a time when it hasn't been. As a novelty in this country, we try it for a laugh. It's a dare when we want to suffer. American chocolate is trash. Hershey's is an absolute abomination, an affront to existence. In fact, my presidential campaign in 2024 will be based around that being the reason you don't deserve to live anymore.
For shame.